Може да почнеме, така?
Distinguished President of the Government, Mr. Mickoski, Distinguished Chief Executive Officer of the Open Government Partnership, Aidan Yakuza, distinguished fellow ministers. First of all, I would like to express my personal satisfaction with the fact that today we have the opportunity to be part of this thematic meeting of the government, which aims to confirm the vision for open partnership government of the Republic of Macedonia.
Како надлежна институција за координација на процесот за партнерство за отворената власт, безрезервно работи на вредности кои обликуваат оваа визија и кои се темел на довербата помеѓу институциите и граѓаните. Оваа иницијатива
This initiative has been a strong driver of transparency, accountability, and citizen participation in public policies and the participation of the citizens in them. By holding this high-level meeting, we are sending a clear message about our political will and determination to continue with the reforms in the fight against corruption, modernization of the public sector, digital transformation, approximation to the European Union, and strengthening democratic stability. Within the framework of the Open Government Partnership Initiative, what particularly sets us apart on a global level is the fact that we are one of the rare countries that is simultaneously implementing the OGP process within executive, legislative, and judicial branches of government, while strictly respecting their independence. This tripartite approach, through the open government, open parliament, and open judiciary, has been recognized as an innovative and instructive example that other countries should follow. That is why this meeting is of exceptional importance, because it enables strategic dialogue at the highest level and confirms our active role and leadership in the global open government movement. I hereby would like to give the floor to the Prime Minister, Christian Mickoski, after which we will give the floor to Mr. Aidan Yakuza, the Executive Officer of the Open Government Partnership. Prime Minister? Thank you. Distinguished Minister Minchev, distinguished Mr. Yakuza, distinguished fellow ministers, ladies and gentlemen, friends, partners. Today, we are gathered here around an idea which is the foundation of every mature democracy, and that is open government. With our presence here, we send a clear message that the political will of the government is to continue with the fight against corruption, modernization of the public sector, digital transformation, and reinforcement of the democratic stability, which is not only declarative but also practical. Our determination for partnership and transparency closely related to the European future of the country. The process of approximation to the European Union is not only an administrative procedure, but it is an essential transformative path. The open government is a tool through which we will effectively implement the program for the government 2024-2028, in which we focus on the citizens and their trust in the institutions. In today's discussion, we will focus on this: how to use the principles of transparency, accountability, and participation of the public to stimulate progress in the European integration and realization of the key national reforms. That is why I would like to extend my appreciation for the presence of Mr. Minchev and Mr. Aidan Yakuza, who with their experience will stimulate this process. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot forget to mention the current context in which we are holding this meeting. Our country is facing a new scandal, and that is the illegal and mass misuse of the system in the past few years. I personally, being the president of the biggest opposition party and today as Prime Minister, together with numerous number of journalists, media, businessmen have been the victim of the system who monitored and followed their citizens. This is not only attack on me, but also on democracy, the right of freedom, and the foundations of the country. I would like to convey my message that there will be justice because the people have been victim of corruption and secret centers of power. The time of the untouchables has ended, and that is why this OGP is our responsibility, because where there is light, there is no place for shadows, and when institutions are open and accountable, then there will be no place for misuse nor for endangering freedoms and democracy. This only proves that we are not avoiding responsibilities, but we recognize them and we solve our problems. We are overcoming the challenges, and our vision is to build a country with strong institutions, modern administration, digital services, which will be available for all citizens, with an ever-growing economy and society that believes in democracy. Distinguished colleagues, I believe that today's discussion will help us in using this potential of the open government not only as a policy but also as a culture of rule. Our obligation is to create a system that will be transparent, just and efficient, a system which will be at the service of the citizens and which will restore the dignity of the public interest. Today we are sending a clear message. Macedonia remains on the path of the reforms, fight against corruption, and this is a path that has no return. Thank you. Thank you, President, for the clear vision and for the support that you are providing to the open government process. Now I would like to give the floor to the Chief Executive Officer of the Open Government Partnership, Mr. Aidan Eyakuza. You may take the floor.
Thank you. Dobar den. Dear Prime Minister Mickoski, dear Deputy Prime Ministers, Ministers, distinguished colleagues, distinguished government officials, good morning. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. It really is an honor for me and for the Open Government Partnership to be with you here today and to address the full cabinet of the Republic of North Macedonia. Few occasions offer such a unique opportunity to step back from daily demands and to reflect together on the long-term direction of this wonderful country. This morning, I want to focus my brief remarks not so much on details, but on vision, which has already been explained here by the Prime Minister. A vision for how open government can help North Macedonia deliver on your national priorities, restore citizens' trust, and position this country as a regional and global leader in democratic governance. This year, 2025, is a pivotal one for North Macedonia. You are completing the first year of your government's mandate. You're moving into the decisive delivery phase of the 2024 to 2028 government program, and you're at a critical moment to demonstrate progress towards European Union accession. At this moment, it's worth recalling that the global movement you're already a part of, the Open Government Partnership, or OGP. What is it? The OGP was launched in 2011 by 8 heads of state and civil society leaders at the United Nations. North Macedonia joined in that very first year, so you're a pioneer in this movement. Today, it includes 74 national governments, over 150 local governments, and thousands of civil society partners. In Europe, 19 of the 27 EU member states are part of OGP, along with most accession and neighborhood countries. And its purpose is simple but powerful: to make governments more transparent, more participatory, and accountable, so that they truly serve their citizens. North Macedonia has a very special place in this community. You're one of the very few countries with commitments, as mentioned by Minister Minchev, spanning the executive, parliament, judiciary, and local government, and the only country in Europe where the judiciary is directly engaged. That positions you to move from open government to open state, setting a new standard for the region, and I will return to that towards the end of my remarks. Let me turn now to how open government directly supports three vital goals of your government, and they were mentioned already by the Prime Minister Mickoski here. Restoring citizen trust, strengthening the rule of law, and advancing economic growth and European Union accession. In your own words, Prime Minister Mickoski, our main goal is to restore trust in state institutions, eliminate corruption, and I heard you mention that here again this morning, and ensure the rule of law. So first, restoring trust with citizens. Around the world, as you know and have remarked, public trust in government has been eroded. Citizens feel unheard, underserved, sometimes even excluded. That sense of disconnection is fertile ground for frustration, for cynicism, and even instability. But it is not inevitable. Open government offers a way forward when citizens are invited to help shape public priorities, when they see laws, budgets, contracts opened to scrutiny, when they can follow how decisions are made and hold leaders accountable, something powerful happens. Trust begins to return. Citizens come to believe that government is a partner in solving their real priority problems. In countries across the OGP, from the Philippines to Colombia to Croatia, we see how participatory budgeting, open data, and justice reforms have rebuilt that vital relationship between citizen and government. North Macedonia has and can continue taking these lessons and making them your own. Second, strengthening the rule of law and fighting corruption. Few things matter, ladies and gentlemen, more for both citizens and investors than corruption. Corruption drains public resources. It distorts competition. It erodes confidence in the state. And it's not enough to just pass laws against corruption. People must see them enforced fairly and transparently and consistently. Here again, open government has proven approaches. Publishing and verifying beneficial ownership data can prevent shell companies from hiding illicit and ill-gotten wealth. Open justice platforms can make court decisions accessible, helping citizens see that justice is impartial and fair. Transparent procurement systems can show that contracts are awarded on merit and not on favoritism. These measures increase integrity, they strengthen institutions, and create the conditions for sustainable growth. Now, North Macedonia is already pioneering some of these reforms in its OGP action plans. By deepening and connecting them, you can show leadership not just in the Balkans, but across Europe. Third, driving economic growth and advancing European Union accession. Sustainable growth depends on rules that are fair, on institutions that are credible. Businesses thrive when competition is open, when corruption is reduced, and when contracts and regulations are applied transparently. Citizens thrive when public money is spent wisely and services are delivered efficiently. See, this is why open government is not a luxury. It is an economic necessity. And it is directly aligned with the EU agenda. The European Commission has been clear. Strengthening civic participation, improving budget transparency, reforming public administration, as I know your government has been doing, and ensuring proactive access to information are critical steps for North Macedonia on the path to full EU membership. By embracing these reforms, you do more than just meet European Union benchmarks. You create an environment where innovation, investment, and inclusive growth can flourish. So what's the big vision? This brings me to the heart of my message today. I invite you to imagine and to co-create a bold, long-term vision, Open North Macedonia. This is a vision where transparency, accountability, citizen participation are not one-off reforms, but the DNA in how the state works. This is a vision where the executive, you, drive strategic reforms with openness at the core. This is a vision where Parliament ensures lawmaking and oversight are transparent and participatory. And I had the pleasure of visiting the Speaker of Parliament yesterday, who provided for us the vision for making the Parliament of North Macedonia much more accessible to citizens. This is a vision where the judiciary is accessible, it is fair, and it is trusted. A vision where oversight bodies safeguard accountability with independence, where local governments bring openness closer to where people live and to make it matter directly in their lives. And importantly, civil society is a true partner in shaping and monitoring the implementation of government policy. Such a vision would send three powerful signals to Macedonia citizens that their government is effective, fair, and on their side. All of them. To the European Union, that North Macedonia is serious about reforms and it is ready for full membership sooner rather than later. To the region, the Balkans, the Western Balkans, Europe, and the world, that North Macedonia is leading by example, showing how an open state can deliver real progress. So, looking outside of the national context, the year ahead offers important opportunities for North Macedonia to demonstrate its leadership on the global and regional scale. Two opportunities come to mind. First, the OGP Global Summit in Spain is happening next month. It will bring together heads of state, ministers, parliamentarians, civil society leaders, and innovators across the world. You, Prime Minister Mickoski, have been invited to contribute a video message for the summit's opening. A valuable opportunity to present North Macedonia's open government achievements and vision to a truly global audience. And I look forward personally to underlining and underscoring North Macedonia's achievements in that regard. In addition, we look forward to Minister Minchev participating in a high-level session on rethinking parliaments and governments, a unique platform to shape the future global vision of open government. Again, this is a chance for North Macedonia to share its unique experience where the executive, parliament, judiciary, and local governments are all engaged in open government. Secondly, the OGP Western Balkans regional meeting in 2026, which North Macedonia has graciously offered to host here in Skopje, as confirmed by Minister Minchev. It offers a powerful opportunity to showcase reforms to peers across the region and a great reason for me to come back. That event will be the moment to present the Open North Macedonia vision and the country's work on a medium to long-term whole-of-state strategy for transparency, accountability, and citizen participation. By aligning this with the launch and implementation of your 7th OGP National Action Plan, again, North Macedonia could confirm itself as the regional leader in operationalizing an open state approach. Excellencies, I'm 5 months into this job, and one of my first priorities has been to visit countries on various continents who we deem are leaders, who are trendsetters. That is why I'm here in North Macedonia. I came from Indonesia, I've been in France and the United Kingdom, Nigeria and South Africa, Chile. But North Macedonia, you might think yourself a small country, but with big ambition, open state, you are leading the region in opening up government. So open government is not a technical exercise for a single ministry. It is a strategic tool to deliver the results that matter most to your people. Trust, justice, prosperity, integration into Europe. The Open Government Partnership Secretariat, my colleagues and I, Sandra here, stand ready to support you with expertise, with ideas, with connections for peer learning, with visibility on the regional and global stage. So let us work together to make open North Macedonia not just an idea, but a reality. A state trusted by its citizens, admired in this region and globally, and firmly on its path to Europe. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Director, for presenting the opportunities which the OGP offers. In the second part of the meeting, dear attendees will have the opportunity to have a more detailed insight into the potentials and perspectives of this initiative, having in mind the obligations of the Prime Minister. We will now have a short break of 5 minutes, and afterwards we will return to the room to continue our meeting. Thank you again, and thank you, Prime Minister, for attending the opening session.
Please enjoy the event.